Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. Welcome back to the episode of Inside Lines. My name is Jet Kraus. We have an update regarding a report that was announced yesterday afternoon regarding the condition of 2020 Cup Series champion Chase Elliott. As many of you know, Elliott was injured in a snowboarding accident in Colorado. Josh Berry will fill for him this weekend in Las Vegas. Now, at the time, we didn't know the extent of the injury. All we knew was that it was to his left leg. Well, now I do have an update from Hendrick Motorsports that states that Chase Elliott, who officially finished surgery for 3 hours last night to help with a fractured left tibia. That is the injury that Chase Elliott has suffered, a fractured left tibia, went into surgery, took 3 hours to complete, and it was successful, and he will be out for several weeks. Now, the severity of the injury, we don't know. There are multiple drivers that I can name off of. For example, Tony Stewart, even though he had a broken tibia and fibula, he was sidelined for the rest of the year. However, you have a driver like Carson Hussevar, who had a broken tibia and was still able to race the following week. But with a fractured tibia, I guess it's way more serious. So Chase Elliott will be sidelined for several weeks. How long will that be? We don't know. There's no timetable yet on his return. We do know that a tibia takes a long time to heal. So depending on the severity of the injury, it could be a while before we see Chase Elliott back in a race car. But the most important thing is that the surgery was successful. Hendrick Motorsports did state that they do expect Chase Elliott to be released from the hospital today, which again is good news. All the best that we can do, that we can hope for, is that Chase Elliott recovers as soon as possible before he gets back in a race car. Now, there have been a lot of questions stemming from this incident. Most importantly, the biggest one: why? Why would you do something as dangerous, as snowboarding, especially during the season? I hate to bring up past history, but race car drivers don't have a good history in the snow. I don't think I need to go in depth with that, but yeah. Why do that? Why risk that? Well, Jeff Andrews, who works at Hendrick Motorsports, that was at the press conference announced today, put it simply as, listen, our drivers have lives. We need to go out and let them live their life, which, I completely understand. I don't think it's a good idea to just restrict your drivers from doing anything. He could have gotten injury riding his bike. Are you then going to ban drivers from riding their bike? It's like, I understand, snowboarding, things like that. Yes, there is a risk involved, but there's also a risk involved with anything you do. Driving a normal car, riding your bike, snowboarding, skiing, whatever. There is always a risk involved with anything, anything you do, anything extracurricular. I don't think it's a good idea to restrict drivers from doing anything. It's just as soon as the race is over, go sit in your room and do nothing until the next race. I don't think that's a good idea. So I understand why there were some people that were a bit confused or a bit, I don't want to say angry, but just kind of messing with Chase. Like, Chase, why are you doing this? I completely understand Chase wanting, just to be able to go out and do something different, time off, just get some space to have some fun. So I completely understand Chase for doing that. And yeah, but now, because of this injury, because of this incident, what happens next? Well, we do know with a waiver. First, NASCAR, they have to grant Chase a waiver. More than likely, Chase will return before the playoffs begin. And his path to the playoffs is a lot easier than previous years, because now NASCAR, they have got rid of the top 30 requirement rule. So all Chase Elliott has to do, if he gets a waiver, he just has to win a race, and he's in the playoffs. So he's got that for him. So the path to the playoffs is a lot easier than what it was for Kyle Busch back in 2015 or Tony Stewart in 2016, where they had injuries and they needed to get into the top 30 to make it to the playoffs. So Chase Elliott's path will be a lot easier. But for the now, that's for down the line. For the now part of it, we know Josh Berry is going to replace him this weekend. What about other drivers? What about next weekend at Atlanta or the week after that at COTA? What is the plan for drivers to replace Chase Elliott in that 9 car? Would it be Josh Berry for the remaining time? The reason why they picked Berry is because Hendrick Motorsports has stated that Berry has both similar size as well as similar driving style to Chase Elliott, so it basically fits to put Berry in the car. Now, Berry, speaking about Berry, this is as bad as the situation that they're in, it's a great opportunity for Berry. This isn't the first time Berry has had to replace an injured driver at Las Vegas. Go back a couple years ago in the Xfinity Series, he had to replace an injured Michael Annett. I believe it was also a leg injury, and he won. So who knows what can happen this week. So who knows what can happen this weekend. Josh Berry will go out, practice, and qualify the car so he can get some seat time in that 9 car. I am very happy that Josh Berry will have this opportunity. Again, despite how bad the situation that they're put in, I'm happy that Josh Berry has the opportunity. He only has 2 Cup starts, but that was, I think, one Inspire Motorsports equipment, I think another in colleague equipment. I could be wrong though, but this is the first time he's going to be in top equipment in the Cup Series. So I'm very excited to see what he can do. We know how good he is in Xfinity with Junior Motorsports. Now he gets an opportunity at the big time with Hendrick Motorsports. But yeah, overall, it's a real bad situation. Obviously, again, I hope that Chase Elliott recovers as soon as possible to get back in the car. I'm happy that the surgery went successful, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting season for that 9 team. You know, not only for the 9 team in general as to what they would do without Chase for the next few weeks, but also Chase himself. When he does come back, how ready will he be? Would it be a 2015-like year, like what Kyle Busch had when he broke his legs or broke a leg and a foot, came back, won the championship? I mean, history does tend to repeat itself, but that's a lot of speculation. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this story? What are your thoughts on Chase Elliott? You know, how do you think he's going to do when he comes back? What are your thoughts on Josh Berry? How do you think he's going to do in his first Cup start? Overall, again, you know, no timetable on his return. I don't have an issue. Although, again, I know there's a lot of people that have an issue with him snowboarding or drivers doing extracurricular activities. I don't have an issue with that because you have to let drivers live. You have to let them do their thing. Yes, there is a danger involved, but you have to let them live. Simple as that. But that's it for me. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, my name is Jett from MDK. Thanks for watching.